silly things. I think just getting in the habit of like having that time with myself allowed me to really get in touch with how I really felt versus just like all these thoughts of things that I thought I felt, but weren't really the actual reality, if that makes sense.
Hmm. I mean, listen, girl, you got to put the negative thoughts on paper and burn them. It sounds like it. And if
Burn
that
it.
works, if you're tuning in now, you start thinking to yourself, what do you do with those negative thoughts? Sometimes you can just write them down, but they're still fucking there. And what you really want to do is throw it away. So more on the negative thoughts really quickly. And then I have to ask you about being an Aries and kind of having that organized chaos routine, because that's hard to manage. So I would love to ask you in terms of what that's really looked like for you. But these negative thoughts, so say I have a negative thought like you need to lose some weight, right? Or you need to lose extra weight. That's a super simple example. If you were to write that down and burn it, like what was kind of the iteration of maybe if it did come back or what you wanted to do? What were you doing about the negative thoughts that you had thrown away and burned?
Yeah, great question. Because yeah, I wish we could just burn the thoughts and have them go away that
Yeah, yeah.
easily.
I love that you did that and probably still do, but
I mean, listen, Justin, I tried everything I possibly could. If there was like someone that's like, go out in the wilderness and somebody said to write on a rock and throw it in the river. And I mean, I tried
never do
everything
it.
I could. All of those, types of rituals can be helpful, from time to time, but sometimes those negative and intrusive thoughts just will not go away.
Oh yeah.
So I think that sometimes it's helpful for me to try my best to, number one, just accept it. Like, it is what it is and stop fighting it. And take a very deep breath and be like, okay, this was something my therapist used to walk me through. She'd be like, so you think you need to lose some weight? We can use that as an example. What if you don't lose weight? What happens? Then what? And like literally
Mm,
walk through the entire exercise of like, what's the absolute worst case scenario that could happen? And like, and then what? And then what? And then what? And eventually you can't really answer it because it's like, it just is what it is. There's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, there's stuff you can do about losing weight, right? You can work out, you can eat healthy, da, 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 da. But like, then what? You can only control what you can control. Like, let that shit go because it's boggling down every other area of your life. I think you can also try, I mean, I tried to do this a couple of times to turn it into like a positive if you're competitive like me.
yeah.
Um, you know, I would stand in front of the mirror and tell myself how beautiful I am that day and pay attention to the areas of my body that I do like, or the
Hmm.
the areas in my life that I like. I might be 10 pounds overweight. I'm just speaking hypothetically. Um, but I'm really, really good at XYZ. Not everyone is perfect. Actually, surprise, no one is. So so focus on the things that A, you can control, and B, that you love about yourself. Because at the end of the day, that little voice in our heads that's like saying all those negative things is our deepest insecurities.